Hi guys, welcome to this week's reading for the 28th to the 3rd of November with the astrology for the week ahead and a pick a card reading for your weekly messages. So this week I've got some crystals there, so you can choose from the clear quartz cluster, which is number 1, the blue howlite heart, which is number 2, the rose quartz heart, I can't talk, and the grey smoky quartz seer stone. So that's 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay, so, or you can just think of a number, or if you can't pick a crystal, it's up to you. So just quickly, I'm going to talk about the astrology just very quickly this week. There's a lot of, I mentioned it last week, but I'm going to mention it again because the new moon in Scorpio falls, kind of over the Sunday yesterday and into the Monday, so last week and this week the energy. I mean, it's technically is today, it's Monday, that we have the new moon in Scorpio at 4 degrees of Scorpio. If you have anything at 4 degrees of a fixed sign, or around that degree, so say between 1 degree and 8 or so degrees of Scorpio, Taurus, Leo or Aquarius, this is going to have a significant effect on you. A lot of energy in Scorpio with the Sun, Moon, Mercury and Venus all in Scorpio at this time. Perfect for Halloween, which is always, we have a line up in Scorpio around Halloween every year anyway. So the veil is thin at this time. Emotions are peaking at this time. There's a lot of passion in the air. There's a lot of intensity. There could be extremes of emotion, deep connections, deep experiences, profound psychic awarenesses or psychic experiences, passion and excitement. Now I say excitement because the new moon in Scorpio makes an opposition with Uranus in Taurus. It can be excitement or it can also be unpredictability, so be aware of that. It can actually cause flare-ups emotionally because of that unpredictable angle with Uranus. It is an opposition which is not too harsh, but still, it's still quite strong because it is exact on the degree to an opposition with Uranus in Taurus. So, this energy, I would say, it's bringing about a lot of change on a very deep, emotional, intuitive gut level. It's like you may just feel magnetically drawn to situations or magnetically pulled towards change at this time. You may feel emotionally compelled towards different experiences or a change or a shift. If you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart or something significant around this new moon, this 4 degrees, is going to be very profound for you. So see what your feelings are on Monday, but sometimes the new moon energy does influence your life more so than just that day. It brings about a change which can go into the next few weeks. So there can be a turning point there. So very intense emotions, very psychic energy, very much following your gut instincts and your intuitive feelings rather than the logical mind at this time. Even if your logical mind does step in and says to you, oh no, just hold back from this, the instinct will just take over. The karmic pull will just take over, and that's something to be aware of. If you feel like it's not good for you, you might need to sort of temper that with some self-control, which is also a scorpionic trait as well. Another thing to be aware of this week, guys, is that it's Mercury Retrograde time. So that's happening from the 1st. When's that happening? I've written till November 1st. No, that's not right. I need to double check that on my ephemeris because I think I wrote down the wrong date there. Let me just double check. It can't be till November 1st. It's got to be... I don't think this Mercury Retrograde lasts as long as it usually does. It might be a little bit shorter, but I'm just going to get the ephemeris. Just bear with me a second. That won't take a minute. And just see how long this lasts for. So, alright, I've got it here. So, yeah, so actually, no, I was right. It does start on the 1st of November, so this Friday, the Mercury Retrograde begins. And it actually, it goes for a few weeks. It continues to the 21st of November. 1st of November to the 21st of November. With the Mercury Retrograde, don't sign any contracts, don't make any huge decisions in this time period. If you've already made decisions in the past and things are, flowing from that, it's all fine. But if like a contract comes up or... a sort of a pressure to make a decision or an internal pressure, try to hold off from making a decision until after the 21st of November, because you'll probably have to revisit it, and it might be a bit of a, you know, sometimes we can't help it. We've got to make decisions in a Mercury retrograde, so be it. But just saying, if that happens, you might have to go over things again and revisit it. It's very typical. It's happened to me before many times in different situations. Sometimes, you know, if you break up with someone under a Mercury retrograde, usually it doesn't stick. Usually it's like a temporary thing. So just, or if you have a separation from someone, it's temporary under a Mercury retrograde. Also, just be aware that technology could be on the fritz. You might need to replace things, or, you know, be careful of losing important items like your house keys, or, you know, have a look if you know your chart where you've got Scorpio, and you can see, you know, what area of your chart, what area of life Mercury retrograde is going to be affecting for you, and pay extra attention to that. So let's look at the cards, and this is for those that chose the quartz cluster. Six of Pentacles, balance, oh wow, that's funny, and personal power. Wow, that's really intense. Okay, Six of Pentacles and balance really feel like they go together here. Equal give and take in situations is what I'm picking up on. So if you're in a relationship, or if there's someone around you that is important in your life at this time, this energy of equal give and take and sharing, and sharing in some way, and exchanging energy in a balanced way, you know, not in an over-the-top way. Because with all that Scorpio, we could feel quite intense and quite extreme at times, but we're going to have to, if you chose this pile, you're going to have to be a bit more self-aware and manage your energy a bit better. And for some people, this is to do with health, I'm getting, and there's a need to balance your week, you know, balance your health with your routine, with your work, and with your exercise, and what you eat, and all that sort of thing, okay? And that's very strong, the word balance, okay? So, and the personal power card is interesting. It's number 4. So it's about your personal power, feeling strong in yourself, feeling determined but not over the top with it, and not trying to lord that power over others, but just feeling the power from within you and using that for good. There's a lot of yellow here, which is a couple of things. It's to do with the solar plexus, which is the seat of your personal power, but it's also yellow is a very logical minded energy. It's a very intellectual energy, so it's about using the combination of your mind and your very visceral energy to balance yourself this week, and not get too carried away with a feeling of power, because it's like there might be other people around you that are feeling sensitive, I'm getting, and you may need to balance. There's something here about an older woman and young children, so this would only maybe relate to 1 or 2 people, but there could be a family situation around you that's a bit delicate at this time. I'm really drawn to this older woman, so someone might have an issue around a grandmother, a mother figure, a parent, and also with children, and balancing this energy, okay? And not getting carried away with being too dominant or domineering. Just being a bit humble at this time is going to be necessary. And maybe even a little bit self-sacrificing. The blue halide. So you guys have the Knight of Pentacles. Fruition. That's nice. Ooh, and psychic development. Perfect for the energies of the Scorpio lineup and the new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so if you chose the blue halide, you this week may be having some kind of beautiful experience here. I feel like there's a really powerful energy going on with you if you chose this one. The Knight of Pentacles, this could be you if you're a male person, moving forward into more of an intuitive phase of your life, tapping into your more psychically sensitive and intuitive and instinctive side, making decisions this week if you chose this one that are coming from your deeper knowing rather than the logical mind, is what I'm getting. And as you follow your intuition, you're actually being guided to something very beautiful and very powerful. You have fruition here, which means something is in the process of coming to fruition in your life. Something is very abundant, and it's going to reap a lot of benefits for you. You can't quite see it just yet, but it's definitely in the process. There are 2 3s here. There's a 37 up there and a 3. So that's very interesting. 3s are about communication and also creativity. So communication and being creative, whether it's being creative in the sense of, you know, doing something creative or artistic, or being creative with your time or with your life in some way, or thinking creatively, thinking outside of the box is important for you. But there is a focus on work here with the Knight of Pentacles and moving slowly through your week, not becoming impatient with people or situations, but being very stable and methodical is going to be important for you this week. But as you do that, and as you sort of temper your emotions and try to be a bit more grounded, you're going to find that your psychic abilities, your intuition is really starting to work for you, and there could be some extra money or extra something of a bonus of some kind this week for some people, not everyone, but for some people. So this is, the next one is the Rose Quartz Heart. So if you chose that, these are your messages. King of Pentacles, boundaries, and family. Interesting. All right. So if you chose this, I feel like if you're a male person, there could be something to do with balancing, you know, your home life and your work and, you know, children even potentially, people around you. I feel like if you've chosen this, even if you're a male or if you're not a male, it doesn't really matter, but I'm getting that there's a busy energy around you this week. There's a lot of people to deal with. I have the woman here, and then there's the family card. So, you know, the monkeys, like, to me, it's like I hear chattering and noise going on, and there's a lot going on in your mind this week. And there's definitely thoughts about money, finances, and work. Trying to stay balanced as well with the boundaries card, and trying to make sure that you've got your priorities in order. That's what I'm getting with that. So you may be feeling a bit dreamy or a bit escapist at times, but you've definitely got your feet and your hands on the ground according to that card. Trying to stay centered while you're thinking about a lot of things. I'm just going to see if there's any other messages. I just feel a lot of busyness with this energy, like very, very strong. So money, work, career focus, getting ahead, even saving money, and possibly even turning down some social connections because you need to be careful with your money, or you need to be careful with your time and how you're prioritizing your time, because you've already got demands of family on you in some way, whether it's children, a partner, or extended family. That's going on. All right, last one is the smoky quartz. So you guys have, oh, Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. That's a great card to have. Oh, hunger. It's very intense, very scorpionic, and communication. Wow, that communication card is cool. Very telepathic, psychic communication going on between yourself and someone else this week. Interesting. This could be a bit of a, I'm getting a bit of a twin flame vibe going on here, because it's 9 plus 2. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. 9 plus 2, which is 11. And then we have, whoops, 2 and 1, which is communication. It's very sort of twin flame-ish, that vibe there. And the Ten of Pentacles is definitely some fulfilling energy coming in for you guys if you chose the Seer Quartz. So look, there's a lot of different messages with this last one. I'm just going to see what I can pull out, and keep in mind that, you know, these messages are general. Take it with a grain of salt. These are not, you know, specific to one individual person. So the Ten of Pentacles shows family gatherings, family connections, fulfillment, abundance, and support from family. So that's it. It feels very sort of separate in a way to these other two cards, which have a similar, very mystical vibe to them. The Hunger Wolf Moon card is very intense and very powerful. It shows a full moon here and very instinctive energy. So if you've, you know, chosen this one, you may be feeling or thinking about a particular person that you have a strong connection to. If it's not about a person in terms of relationship and love and soulmates, it could be that you're feeling passionate about, you know, wanting to achieve something at this time, like feeling like, because the wolf is like the lone wolf, and it's like doing things on your own, even though in the background you do have family there supporting you, but you also feel very independent and very focused on your own goals at this time, and you might feel like a bit alone in some way. Even though you have people there, you still might feel a bit alone. That's just something that I'm getting for some people. There is something to do with communication, self-expression. It could be creative expression, like, you know, singing or writing or public speaking, or something where you're being very passionate with something that you're communicating this week. That's for some people. I'm just going to see if there's any other messages, and then I'm going to finish. If you chose this, there could be a heightened experience for you this week with this card. Something powerful could happen, or you could have an experience that is a bit magical and quite fulfilling on some level as well with that card. But it involves another person. It involves communication and connection with another person. even if it's on a psychic level, on a telepathic level, because look at the way they're communicating. They're communicating mind to mind here. But this is someone that you have a passionate and powerful connection with. Okay, so if you'd like a personal reading with me, feel free to follow the link below to my online store. Turnaround time at the moment is 7 to 14 business days, because I am quite busy and quite booked up at the moment. Thanks guys for watching, and have a fantastic week. Bye.